And now it's been about 5 weeks since residents at a Pinellas County senior living community were forced to leave their homes because of Hurricane Helene. Tonight, they are still not allowed to return home.
Today, the company that owns the building says it's working on repairs, but some residents are still frustrated and they want answers tonight. 8 on Your Side investigator Brittany Muller has the latest on this story.
Jen Keith, good evening. The property management company just took ownership of this building 15 days ago. They say Hurricane Helene did some major damage to this building, now renamed the Barclay at Pasadena. And it's just not safe for residents to return here. But for the people who live there, they feel like they're in limbo and they want to know if and when things will ever get back to normal.
My dad.
93-year-old Edwin Rankowitz is settling into his new home.
They got enough to get by, but there's a lot of things left there that I hope to get someday or get compensated for the loss.
He had been living at the Barclay at Pasadena, formerly known as Alonce, until residents evacuated right before Hurricane Helene to a sister property in Sarasota.
We had 5 men in one room, large room, but only one shower and 2 toilets, I believe. Sleeping in army cots.
Then, ahead of Milton, Allison Lascarbo evacuated her father to family in Massachusetts, while she scrambled to find him a new place to live.
At this age, change is very difficult, but change under duress has caused just overwhelming stress.
Lascarbo says once a new company, QSLM, took over October 15th and told residents they would not be able to move back in until after 2025, she broke her dad's lease.
We've already spent almost $5,000, and we're just lucky that we can do it, but I really expect restitution to him for that money.
Edwin had to leave his valuables behind, including his important documents, headsets, and clothing, but thankfully recovered this photo of his late wife.
There's been no communication with families as to when they can get back in, if they can get back in. But honestly, the biggest problem has been the lack of ability to get personal property.
But QSLM disputes that. Chief Growth Officer Leland Rice says they have been in regular touch with their residents over phone, email, and social media and have set up dedicated 24/7 call centers. Rice says because of the damage sustained by the 2 hurricanes, the property is uninhabitable. The Barclay saw up to a 4-foot storm surge of unsanitary water inside, damage to the electrical and mechanical systems as well as the elevators. The power is still out and there is a high fire risk. Rice also said his staff have been trained to enter the building and retrieve residents' personal items on their behalf. But they are unable to safely retrieve any larger items at this time. While Edwin understands the devastation of back-to-back storms, he says he worries about his friends being forgotten.
I'm hoping for the best for everybody, that they stay healthy and get back to normal someday.
Edwin's family says they plan to file formal complaints with ACA and the Attorney General's office. When I reached out to ACA, they told me they would get back to me as soon as possible.
I can't even imagine what these folks are going through. It's maddening. I'm glad you're on this story for them. You even said some of them had to leave their pets behind. That just is mystifying to me.
Right, but Jen, there is some good news tonight to pass along. QSLM told me that all pets are now back with their owners, with the exception of 4 cats. And company employees are working around the clock to provide care until they can be reunited.
What a process.
Wow.
Thank you.
All right.
If you have something you'd like Brittany to investigate, you can always call the 8 on Your Side helpline. It is 1-800-338-0808.